We just witnessed a legal manga platform get shut down by payment processors. Payment processors literally tightened the noose around their necks so tightly that they had no other choice but to literally shut their entire digital platform down. Like, look at this article, okay? The date of this article is literally at the beginning of this year, back in January, at the end of January for, clarification, and it says, payment method provider Stripe to no longer work with Manga Planet service. Now, for those that don't know what Stripe is, it is pretty much payment processors, aka Visa, MasterCard, PayPal, etc. It works with them. Pretty much, it's, the main person that shuts off and debanks people alongside of Visa, MasterCard, and all of them, associated. So this is payment processors doing what they do best by stopping you from making legal purchases. But anyways, this happened back in January of this year. And you fast forward about 8 months, not even 9 months, about 8 months, almost 9 months, and you have Manga Planet shuts down digital platform on March 31st. And for those thinking that this is just clickbait and maybe this article is wrong, straight to their main site, they even indicate the reason why this has happened. So let's read their official statement here that came out literally today. Thank you so much for supporting Manga Planet since our launch in 2019. Through our digital subscription service and platform, our team has worked to increase legal access to manga in English and ways for artists and publishers to receive support for their work. Over the years, access to manga has evolved, and we are happy to see an increasing number of legal ways for readers to enjoy and support manga. However, due to various circumstances like recent restrictions from payment processors and the changing online landscape, our team has found it difficult to continue. With saddening hearts, we plan to close Manga Planet's digital service at the end of March 2026. While we will no longer operate an independent digital platform, we will shift focus to print license and continue our print releases through our Manga Planet label and Futekiya imprints. Below is our closure schedule for Manga Planet's digital platform. Any updates or changes will be made through our website and official social media accounts. And here's the timeline of when everything is going to be shutting down. So let's get into the meat and potatoes of the situation. So pretty much, we had payment processors go on their crusade, shutting down or debanking a bunch of different sites and companies in Japan, or official means with content and even 18 plus or adult content. You have these payment processors go out of their way and pretty much stop people from buying legal content. That's what they did. They got in the way of it. And I've already talked about this time and time again on why this is wrong, so I'm not going to get back into that subject. The point of the matter is that they did some mafia tactics. They forced these sites, these companies, or whatever, to comply. If they don't comply, they will die. That's legit what happened to Manga Planet. They have had to change their entire company operation because of what payment processors have done to them, because of the debanking that was done to them thanks to Stripe, Visa, MasterCard, and all them. It is absolutely insane how this is still happening, and they're getting away with it. And this puts in perspective why Steam and itch bow down so quickly. I've already talked about this, but I think this is a very good point to reiterate this, is that we look at the damage here. There's already many examples of the damage that these payment processors have done. I mean, this company alone having to change their entire operation says enough. But we even have Kadokawa a while back, literally a month ago, or almost 2 months ago, call out payment processors for why they have lower subscriptions, why they have, actual income or revenue discrepancies is because of payment processors. Like, if you look at this outline section, this is straight from Kadokawa's financial results. They say the company attributes this primarily to a decrease in premium paid subscriptions caused by credit card payments being suspended on the platform for months, for what they did to Nico Nico. So, Kadokawa already has called them out about 2 months ago. They have actively damaged multiple brands, and if you don't play ball with them, they will hurt you. And even if you do play ball with them, they're still gonna hurt you. Let's look at what's happening at Steam right now. Let's look at what's happening at itch.io. It's so many creators and developers that just been left into the wind that don't have any source of income right now. The point of the matter is that we have just seen a continued increase of just absolute nefarious, absolute evil acts by these payment processors, literally controlling the market, stopping people from legally purchasing things that are legal, but they completely stop you. You throw in the fact of, like, ID, real ID, age verification that's ongoing on the internet. All of these companies are in bed with each other to really just control everyone. And it's just super freaking gross. Just all this back-to-back stuff happening. But it really pisses me off that Manga Planet legitimately is a legal service. It's completely legal, that offered legal manga to read online, digital service. And they literally debate them to such a point that they can't even operate. They have to do a full-blown announcement of closure of their Manga Planet digital platform. You realize how insane that is? That's crazy. But to also put this in perspective, you know what this does too? This gives Crunchyroll, which already technically has a monopoly, a bigger monopoly. I mean, think about it, for instance. Crunchyroll literally announced a few days ago they're doing a manga app. They're adding it to their new subscription service. This happens around the exact same time. Definitely a coincidence, but still, this definitely makes Crunchyroll's power in the environment of the manga and anime world a lot stronger and more concrete. Their foundation is almost untoppable at this point, with just how much strength they have within the industry. But to make things even worse, we need to also mention the fact that they talk about not just payment processors, but the changing of the online landscape. This one is a very interesting statement. And I think what this more or less is saying is the change of, like, probably age verification, ID, obviously payment processors, and I also think it probably comes into the whole encroachment of Crunchyroll, or Sony in this case, buying up pretty much the entire market. Now, let's get a little bit deeper into Manga Planet for a second, because many people might be unaware of them. Manga Planet does house a lot of different old manga and stuff like that, but they do have a lot of adult content. And even if you find adult content icky, you don't like it, whatever, I'm going to say the same thing I've always said. Just because you don't like it doesn't mean it shouldn't exist. It is legal content, and if you allow it to be censored and completely removed, eventually that censorship and that stopping or the interference of these other companies will trickle down to affecting your stuff. Let's look at Steam. Steam is a good example of this. Itch is a good example of this. Look at, Patreon, for instance, that happened years ago. If you allow these companies to continue doing stuff like this, it will hit you. Just because you don't like adult content, because you don't like these certain tags or whatever, doesn't mean that it's acceptable to allow them to disappear. Because it's legal purchasable content, and these companies think that they have a right to stop you from spending your money how you want to spend your money on legal content. That's the problem there. Now, with that being said, eventually, these payment processors are going to piss off the wrong people. They will. They're going to piss off the wrong people to the point to where there's going to be a massive antitrust lawsuit. It's only a matter of time. You can only do this so much and cripple so many big companies, and eventually you're going to hit the wrong company and the wrong person at the wrong time, and they're going to strike back. I would not be surprised if there already isn't a legal case building up right now, thanks to everything going on. With all the creators on Steam just alone being devastated by this, to the stuff that's happened to Japanese companies, to now a legal manga site, to stuff with what's going on with Roblox, to the stuff with OnlyFans, it's only a matter of time. It really is. And I think that in general, there is going to be some form of antitrust lawsuit maybe in the next year or two. I could see it. I could be wrong. I can't obviously see the future, but there's no way these big credit card companies could keep getting away with something like this without being stopped. It's insane the devastation they have done to the space online. It's crazy how unchecked they are, and that they're allowed to get away with just so much damage to so many people. Thousands upon thousands of people's lives have been damaged irreparably thanks to this. Because even if an antitrust lawsuit happens, the damage to these companies, these brands, will never be fixed. That's the truth. It's over for them. They are. There's many artists that have lost their careers or lost their source of income because PayPal decided to get involved. It's like, oh, you can't make this icky content or whatever. It's crazy at any given moment, just like in a span of a single night, your entire source of income, your way of life is just over. Because PayPal, Visa, MasterCard, Stripe, payment processors in general, they decide they want to target you, and they're done with you. They want you gone, and you no longer can make money. You're completely destroyed. Your entire way of life is pretty much destroyed. It's honestly insane, just like how this is just continuously allowed to happen, and there's so many people that have just been damaged by this that I cannot even fathom the amount, the number associated with how many people have been damaged by this. And once again, even if there's an antitrust lawsuit that happens, and let's just say they do lose or whatever, the damage has already been done to like brands like Manga Planet. It's not going to be recoverable. It's still over. If companies, like certain companies, get shut down and they can no longer operate, then they're not coming back. It's over for them. And that's just so unacceptable, and it sickens me to my very core, because there is people out there right now that literally are advocating and happy stuff like this is happening. There is people legitimately happy that art and artists are being censored because it's content they dislike, because it's icky content to them. They celebrate. They actually do celebrate. I've actively seen it post and stuff online, not just on Twitter, but on Reddit, on TikTok, on YouTube, getting thousands upon thousands of likes and views, celebrating the fact that certain artists or art in general is just getting completely censored because they just don't like it. And I'm just like, that is so close-minded, because eventually censorship will hit you. It will. And if you don't stop it right now, there will be no one to help you when it does hit you. And it's so sad, man. It pisses me off seeing stuff like this happen. I'll leave it at that, though. If you enjoy my content, please subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Leave a like as well in the video if you enjoyed it, and leave a comment, too, because it helps with the algorithm and for more people to notice the video. But, see you guys. Chibi out.